Okay, welcome back. This video is going to be about fueling and the tools you need and how the things that I do to fuel. And first off, the tool that I like the most is this. It's the Dubro catalog number 911 quick fuel pump, and it's a kit that comes with the stopper for the gallon of fuel and the tubing that you need, and it also comes with this nice little chain here that you can hook around the gallon of fuel. And so the chain's nice, the parts are nice that are on top of this. Let me show you those in a little more detail. I've decided I'd carry a spare pump, because if I'm out at the field, I don't want to drive home and get another one or be without one. So I have a spare pump. So that's the little chain, okay? And the back of this card has all the instructions on how to assemble it. But basically, you drill a hole. I think it's a 1/2 inch hole. Instructions will tell you. Either you can drill it out with a drill or carve it out with an X-Acto blade. Be careful with that. And then it also tells you what length this should be. This is a filter that goes in the bottom of the tank that allows you to suck it up. And but the thing that's not on there is something I add. You get a fuel probe. It's a filter, and basically it is alright, let me get it off. There we go. Okay. So basically it's a fuel probe. Okay, and there's a little filter inside. And so let me show you why I have that. Okay. So in the airplane right now is an unknown quantity of fuel. Like I just landed, flew an extra 2 minutes, and I want to find out how much fuel is left. Okay. So this is a 12-ounce tank, spare tank. Okay. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to hook this up to the airplane's tank like normal, like I'm going to defuel it. Okay. And when you defuel an airplane, I always make sure that the vent line here is off the muffler, and so you don't pull in a bunch of goop into your engine. Okay. Then you take this off. Okay. And instead of the return going into the tank, into the gallon of fuel, it's going to go into this tank because I got a second probe on it. Okay. And so I'm going to set this tank here where you can watch it. Okay. And now I'm going to defuel the airplane. And I hope you can see that the fuel is going into this spare tank. Okay. Alright, so I'm getting good bubbles now. So the tank is empty. In fact, I think I'll go ahead and undo this and put the stopper back in, put that back in there. Okay. And so if I flew extra time and I want to say, well, how much fuel did I have left? Well, I got like 1/4 of a tank left. So if I flew like 12 or 13 minutes, this is probably what I'd end up with. You're cutting it a little close, but you had plenty of gas left. And so this system, so this was this is a 12-ounce tank. That's a 10-ounce tank. So if this is 1/4 of 12 ounces, that's 3 ounces. So you probably had 1/3 of a tank left in here. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is, now that that's in the tank, instead of putting it back in here, I'm just going to put it back in this. So I have put the this tubing back in the top of the tank, and so I'm going to pretend like this is the gallon of fuel, and I'm just going to pump everything out of this, because there's a clunk in the bottom of that tank. It used to be in an airplane. Okay. So just like that, it's a quick way to test how much fuel you have left, and then when you're done, just pump it back into the gallon of fuel. And so then you just take this off, put this back on, and you're done. So that's the tools that I use and why I use them. And hope you enjoyed this video, and stay tuned for the next ones.